Hey, welcome back to Sex, Drugs, and Underdogs on PSVR2 live. I don't usually stream my Underdogs workouts live, but I figure that it should help with not only my channel but also just did I hear someone? But also just to incentivize me to keep working out. And I changed I changed it from the second hardest difficulty to the hardest, so this should be a good workout. It should only need to be an hour for a really good workout. Now I do have both umbrella lamps on, or my production lamps, as I have been calling them, on. I have my fan all the way up, but those those production lamps are hot as fuck. See, you really have to hit hard in this game for the hit to like register or do any damage. Now I usually start my workouts in this game with by starting with Rampage, because it's a good way of like endurance challenge, I guess could be said. Helps get me all nice and warmed up. Shit, I am not doing very well. I usually, well, I'm also talking while I'm trying to concentrate. Oh shit. Okay, so it is, I did hear someone. Who is this? Who speaks? What phantom is watching me work out? And yes, I am. Oh, it's Matt Harry. What's up, Matt Harry? Sorry I didn't do a Helldivers 2 stream today. I went to bed. I passed out around 4 a.m. and that's thanks, dude. I literally worked for 4 days straight. So by the time I finished streaming Death Stranding 2 last night, I got in bed and started working on my computer on some of the streams and such, and like I put quite a bit of content on my like some quizzes and or a new quiz. If you didn't get my message, you should watch my Death Stranding 2 stream too. It's such a cool game. I guarantee it'll probably come to the Xbox. Like, I don't see why it wouldn't, since the other one did. So, I mean, it might be a year, but you should see what you're getting into. You're what? I'll be doing a Hitman stream right after this. Hopefully my headphones are about dead. I am facing the wrong way. Well, technically there is no right way while you're in VR. It's just... Oh, wait, I swear my left arm's gone. When I started this back up not too long ago, like just a few days ago or like last week. I thought that my controllers were fucked up, or at least one of them was fucked up, because I had forgotten that you move around the ring by grabbing. Damn, that was a short run. By grabbing the ground. That's why the name of the mech that you're in is Gorilla. So I usually do about 2 or 3. Like I do enough rampage modes to get a good hang of it, and till I'm satisfied with how far I get. I always try to beat my previous score, but if I don't sweat it. I want to get into the meat and potatoes of this awesome mech brawler. Like, this is one of the best games in VR. It's so good, and it's such a good workout. Like, you cannot tell how good of a workout it is until you play it. I consider it to be just as good as Creed Rise to Glory. See, Xbox needs to come out with a VR device, to be honest, in my opinion. I know VR is not like a bit like well, if they are, that's awesome. See, stuff like that would incentivize me more to buy an Xbox. But the thing about Xbox now, though, is their future machines aren't going to be made by them. They're just going to be basically like a PC, and that kind of bothers me because it's moving too much towards PC gaming. And if games go to PC, I'm done gaming. Like, I'm not kidding. I will not play video. I will quit playing video games if that's where games go. I hate PC gaming that much. I cannot stand PC gaming. I couldn't enjoy Half-Life 2 because the entire time I was looking at my frame rate more than I was playing the game. And I wasn't even enjoying the game because I was never happy with the frame rate, performance, stuff like that. I mean, you build a high. Again, my question to PC players is, what is the absolute top of the line best PC for every game? Even most games. Hell, even more than half of the games. And that is a trick question because a PC gamer would know that they'd be like, well, it depends. And if you go with the AMD or the Intel or Nvidia or and with consoles, and Death Stranding 2 is what I love to use to show what I mean. Death Stranding 2 is the best looking game easily. And for Xbox players, look at how good Hellblade looks. Okay? Now, Death Stranding 2 is even better than Hellblade in terms of visual fidelity, and it's like a 60-70 hour game. So don't worry, please don't be all salty about, like, this is some Sony pony being all bragging about Death Stranding 2, and no, because I've flat out said that it's probably coming to Xbox anyway, and I can't wait for you guys to get to enjoy it. To see how, like, with when it comes to consoles versus PCs, consoles, they squeeze every bit of performance they can get out of it. Where with a PC, they don't even squeeze out a fragment of what even the GPU that's over $1,000 can do. So, and then a new GPU that's better comes out in within months, and also stuff like drivers can affect how good it is. You might, like, just because it's a new driver doesn't mean it's a good, a new driver doesn't mean it's a good one, does it? And you have to have drivers for the GPU, CPU, BIOS, and really, you're looking at anisotropic set on anisotropic this. You're looking at the AA, the anti-aliasing. You're looking at how far it can. For a absolute top of the line PC, it will cost $10,000. I guarantee it. For one that can play more, like even half of the games at the absolute top settings, which is also impossible because, like, they wonder why there's all these optimization issues with PC. Which is another major problem. It's because, like cell phones, there are so many different mixing and matching, so much different mixing and matching that it's that it means that when they try to make instead of like making it for one or two systems, like say. Like, that's why exclusives, I think, matter and are good, and generally are what show what a console can really do visually. Because the team works on one system, one piece of hardware, but even if you have two consoles like Xbox and PlayStation, that's two different setups. They both basically. What's that? I didn't hear the very first part. I love my PS5 Pro, and I love my PSVR2. I want gaming to be VR. Like, I think that's where it should be heading. But VR is not a profitable market at all. They lose money on VR. And Sony better make a PlayStation a PSVR3, because instead of like a handheld, I don't want a fucking handheld. I want the future. We've done handhelds. You've done handhelds, Sony, and handhelds didn't work out for you either. Let Sony, let Nintendo take that. They've won. They have won the handheld market. Okay, they always do. Oh, you're best. Perfect. I was going to stuff anyway. Oh, that is one problem with VR, but that could be remedied with faster frame rates and different comfort settings and better compression. Like, I think VR could very much be what takes over gaming in the future, when compression makes it so it's viable for people that get VR sickness. Now, I don't usually. I never did until I started playing on. See, I have the difficulty all the way up now, but imagine a world where gamers, instead of looked at as lazy and fat, are instead looked at as gym like people with muscles and that can shoot a gun properly and shoot a bow and arrow, because VR gives real life experience, like training, and the more like it has evolved quickly. I would love like to buy a haptic feedback suit, but yeah, the only time I've had VR sickness was after I went a while without playing any games in VR, and then with how good the visual fidelity is with games like Hitman World of Assassination, which is one of my all-time favorite games, and it totally deserved to win VR Game of the Year. It is one of my favorite games of all time now. Like, not just VR game, just games. It's thousands of hours of just awesome fun. Just like so fun. It is so fucking fun. Like I would be playing it right now, but I need to work out because I got into the best shape of my life accidentally because I had a PSVR1 and was playing a game called Spark, and then I got Creed and Beat Saber, which Beat Saber is overrated. I don't mind at all that they stopped support for the PSVR2 because I've literally played it once since I've had my PSVR2, and that was to test to make sure that certain things were working. Besides the fact that when I first got my PSVR2, I didn't have a lot of games. But I shit you not, I got into shape accidentally. I had no idea. Exactly. See, games like those, some games are perfect for VR. Alien Isolation, I don't know why that's not in VR. I know they made Alien Reclusion or whatever, which I'd like to play, but I really think they need to put Isolation in VR. But yeah, every game, like even games with a third-person camera, are better. Like Astrobot, the Astrobot game that came out on the PSVR. It was amazing, and just like showed just a little of what was possible with like and think of strategy games in VR, like real-time strategy games. Now I think it'd be cool to have VR and mixed reality, which is the only area that I consider Quest 3 to really have an advantage, is it does have mixed reality, so augmented reality and virtual reality, which allows for some pretty cool things. But I still can think the PSVR2 is it's a high-end headset. Most games on PSVR2 are the best versions of those games. And people try to talk about how, well, MetaQuest 3 has the Steam library, as well as the library that's on it. I forget the Quest library, whatever. But so, how many of those games are even worth talking about? For most of the best games come to PSVR2. The exception I will say is Half-Life Alyx, where I do think that the next Half-Life needs to be in VR. Because Half-Life has always been a game that's revolutionized. It's the only way for them to revolutionize, especially after what Half-Life Alyx showed us. Well, I haven't played it. I've only seen because it's not on PSVR2 unless you have the PC VR. And I'm not going to play VR if VR goes to PC. No, fuck it. Fuck it. I am not, like, for one thing, it uses Windows, which is a fucking resource hog. It installs files so sloppily that you get just fragments. That's why you have to defragment and all that shit. You don't have to do that on Mac OS, or if you don't like Mac OS, I know that nerds like Linux, and I love Linux like Ubuntu, but you have to know how to use it. Really, I mean, it's not that hard, but not everything works on Linux either. But PC gaming, I've been a PC gamer. That's how I know how shitty it is. I hated it. Like, I could never enjoy the game I was playing because I had the frame rate up in the corner, and even if it was going over 100 frames per second, I wouldn't be happy. If I saw it dip too much, I wouldn't be happy. And I'd constantly be watching for dips. I'd be like, oh, there were 3 explosions. I better check to see what the frame rate is. When I'd be turning, I'd check to see. It drove me crazy. The funnest part about PC gaming, honestly, is building the PC. And like the fact that I was able to fix a PC, the high-end PC that I built for Oblivion, and also to play Half-Life 2 on the highest settings. Hold on, I forgot what I was talking about. Sort of. It's so hard to do multitask. VR is even harder than doing 2D games and streaming and trying to stay on topic, but it's about the frame. Like, I'd be looking at the frames and then, like, I bought Fear. Huh? Oh, and I forgot to say that Xbox, they're not, like, literally making their own consoles anymore. Like the ROG is something that already existed. I'm kind of pissed that Microsoft isn't making their own consoles anymore. They think they're trying to do this thing that's already been done before. I remember, because it's where it's a PC, but set up like a console. So it looks more like a console. Wait. You haven't pre-ordered it, but you downloaded it. And no, that isn't normal. Is this still Harry on Xbox? Well, that's cool. You must have some pretty good connections then. Oh shit, I forgot to change my settings for my... Oh well, the boxing things are good enough. But I bet you agree with me that you don't like that Xbox isn't making their own consoles anymore. They're making PCs in a box, which has been done before. It didn't work. and as long as it runs off of Windows, like I think the best, honestly, the best one of my personal favorite UIs and OSs was on the Xbox 360, and everyone will know what I'm talking about. The Blades, like that was such a visually. Yes, that's right. They made Outlanders 2 $70 instead of 80. So they're going against Nintendo's bullshit. So I will give props to Microsoft for that. They read the market and they made a wise choice. Because Nintendo, there's no reason that Mario Kart should be a $100 or an $80 game. No reason. Not when games like Death Stranding. Death Stranding 2 is much more worthy of being $80. I mean, look at it. It's photo fucking realistic. Oh, because you're in the UK, that's right. But I love my PSVR2. I'm so glad I have it. Especially with games like Hitman. I want Gran Turismo 7, but I only want to play it with the actual wheel with force feedback and all that. And the gear shifters and the pedals and the seat that is like what the chairs are. I'm surprised. I'm a little surprised, like considering the games that they put on the PlayStation. I'm surprised they haven't put State of Decay on PlayStation. I mean, they could even make it so it's a hybrid VR game. That and Sea of Thieves were two of I love Rare, like. And although I didn't like how Joanna Dark looked, like maybe it's good they canceled Perfect Dark, to be honest, so they can make one that is worthy of the original Nintendo 64 one. And you probably know Amsgold or is it Armsgold? Amsgold. He has millions of followers and. He just watches videos and comments on them. That's how he makes money. I disagree with him about shit. What was it? About there's something about gaming. About fuck. What was it? What was I talking about right before I brought his name up? Let's see, there's State of Decay, and I was talking about hybrid game VR games, which means they're not built from the ground up to be VR. They are they're given a little team that ports them into a VR experience, and Resident Evil 4 Remake got that treatment, and look, it won VR Game of the Year last year, and so I'm able to play, like I bought Resident Evil 4 Remake because of that, because it had the VR DLC. I think Sony, besides needing to port a bunch of PlayStation PSVR1 classics, they should focus. They should not focus, but really hybrid VR games are where I think you can get people to really like start getting into VR, because the hardest part about VR is people have no idea what it's like without actually being in it. Like, people don't know what Hitman in VR is like without playing it. They can watch as many videos as out there as, and like, I know that it doesn't. It's not even one gigabyte. I can't wait till, like, did you read that I want you in my first in my launch stream for the game? What's your name going to be, by the way? It's probably your Xbox Live name, so I mean, you don't have to give it to me here. Oh, okay, so it's same as on here. Okay, cool. I like that name, by the way, because I'm a big fan of Alice in Wonderland. I mean, it's not Mad Hatter, but it reminds me of Mad Hatter for some reason. I mean, Mad Hatter. I'm not doing very good. It's because I'm talking and playing, but I am getting a workout. That's all I care about, is that I'm getting a good workout. Shit, I lost my arm. Oh, that's actually a really nice, heartwarming story. Like, shout out to your uncle. Shout out to your uncle. And shout out to you for giving that story. If people didn't hear, he gave his name is his Xbox Live name, and it seems to be his basically alter ego name, because it's his online name too, is what his uncle gave him, who tragically, like, I don't know how he passed. It's up to you if you want to tell me. I'm not going to pressure you. I don't, like, he must have been pretty important to you to, oh God. That's partially why I didn't dare ask, because I knew it was going to probably be something absolutely horrific. And I think with nanomachines, we will be able to end cancer one day. Nanotechnology is more powerful than people realize it is, and it's literally in every, like, what we eat, what pills we take, and like, it's what actually made me end up in the psych ward before, because I was convinced that the FBI was using nanotechnology to control my free will, basically, which is a very real possibility. Well, the only, like, I can relate in a way just because my dad has HIV. Now, he doesn't have AIDS, like full-blown AIDS, thank God. Now, I can't relate to the part about him barely being able to walk and such, at least personally, with an uncle or a grandparent, yes. um, who had everything. He had, but nobody can actually really relate. Everybody is so different. I hate it when people say like I understand or I'm sorry for your loss. I'm not sorry for your loss. I am glad that you were able to be with someone that clearly meant a lot to you. I think it's kind of rude to say I'm sorry for your loss, because everybody says it. It just sounds to me. It just sounds like empty words, trying to get some sort of pat on the back to themselves for saying anything at all. Like it's an obligatory thing. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, well, that's because it loses all meaning when everybody says it, you know? Everybody says, sorry for your loss, sorry for your loss. I mean, and I regret, or, you know, I am scared to death of the day when I have to deal with my parents dying and have everyone in line telling me, sorry for your loss, she was a good woman, or he was a good man, or, you know, like, that does nothing for someone in trauma that is going through what they're going through. If anything, it pisses them off. Really. It pisses me off when people have tried to tell me sorry for your loss. I feel like it's disingenuous. It lacks any real emotional intelligence or thought at all. Show the person that you really do care that they are struggling. Tell them that you don't understand, you couldn't understand, because it's not you that is going through it. And maybe even say, thank God it's not me that's going through it. Just because something like that would tell me, like, at least they're thankful that it's not them. Like, but everybody likes to try to outdo each other, or even though they say the same thing, nobody can ever completely understand how someone is doing, or like, I understand. No, you don't. You might be able to relate in some ways, but how do we even know? How do we know? Like, I've noticed that with every trauma in my life I've felt new emotions and such that I've never felt before. So no matter how hard I've tried to prepare myself for the atrocities of life, I'm always blown into pieces by reality. To the point it doesn't feel like reality, you know? You've probably been there. You probably know what I'm saying and that's where words can't express the things that so many things, like emotions and the consciousness, and words can't express it. So don't use words, use actions, just give a hug, for God's sakes. Give a hug and move along. That would make me feel good, because at a funeral, people don't want to feel like they're doing a job, and that's what really you're doing, is you're standing in line to make everyone say the same thing over and over again, make sure that they, oh, thank you so much for, you know what I'm saying? Thank you so much for your condolences. It means the world to me. It has changed my outlook and has made me feel so much better. No, like, you know it hasn't. I was like, going a little, like, exaggerating quite a bit there with what someone would normally say. That's something that I might say, but not, but it would be sarcastic. It would be completely out of sarcasm. No! I'm getting my ass kicked, dude. Sweat, like I'm getting a good workout in though. Phew, oh man. But I'm glad you shared that. I think it's poisonous for any age, to be honest. It literally rots the frontal lobe, which is important for many things, but one of which is the frontal lobe acts as brake pads. 12 plus? No, definitely not, because your brain's still, like, that's, your brain is still developing until the age of like 21. I know it's longer than that, and it probably changes based on person, but the brain is technically, but for what they tell us. Although I'm sure if I ask someone in the medical field, they'd be like, "You're right. It changes depending on person when the brain stops developing." I think that you can actually have your brain developing like the entirety of your life if you do it right. You're just not going to. But those are the most crucial years for your brain, through 21 years old. So birth to 21. And it depends on if you're using it to create and share to people, or if you're using it to watch. I highly advise against watching, because what rots your brain is the addictive method they've used in making it so it's only like 20-second videos, so your brain gets its fix, move on to the next one, gets its fix, move on to the next one, and for hours on end. So we have shorter attention spans. We don't have those frontal brake pads that the frontal lobe acts like, which is what stops us from doing things like, I don't know, killing people. I'm not kidding. Ask a neurologist if I'm right. I'm actually quite well learned for how stupid people generally think I am. But there is an advantage, there are many advantages in fact, to not necessarily playing dumb, but you can play dumb as well, but being thought of as dumb. When you're thought of as dumb, if and when someone tries to fuck you over, like when it happened to me, I surprised the fucking hell out of them, because they had no idea how observative I was. I mean, and a big part of that's DID, but I didn't know I had DID at the time. And I didn't know DID was why I basically have eyes in all areas. Not literally, but almost literally. I notice, or we notice really, things that people don't notice. Damn it. I like the Dungeons and Dragons aspect to this game too. Man, what was that Asmongold thing that I was going to say about about me? Something I disagreed about with him. I don't watch him that often. I feel like he has a big enough. Like if I did that where I just. Yeah. See, so did you like Baldur's Gate 3? I played the first. I was a fan of the first Baldur's Gate and the second Baldur's Gate. So when I found out that Baldur's Gate 3 was coming to consoles, and it turned out to be as awesome as it was, I was that's one of my all-time favorite games, Baldur's Gate 3. They did such a good job on that game. Like I don't know which is my favorite area of the game. My favorite battles are probably like, oh my god, there's so many cool parts to that. I'm thinking of like the part where you go to that doctor dude, that freaky doctor dude, in the second act or whatever, and he has all these nurses around him. And the way you can deal with him is, one of the ways you can get him killed is by get it rolling high enough to get the nurses to kill him, and that's what I ended up doing. Have you played Baldur's Gate 1 and 2? They're not nearly as good as 3, but you can see the foundation of where Baldur's Gate came from within the first 2. Now Baldur's Gate 3, it had excellent characters. It had like a nearly endless, there's so many different ways the game can play out. And the battles, epic as fuck. Am I wrong? Damn, I'm getting my ass. The only problem I had with it, and I know this problem's fixed now, but at the end of the game, during one of the final battles, my sound was glitched as fuck. So, literally to the point of being unplayable. So, I didn't actually finish Baldur's Gate 3, because when I was playing it the most, until the next good game came out, See, 17,000 endings. That, and did you, I remember in the first act, with that witch woman, where you have, where she has this woman and this guy, boyfriend and girlfriend I think, not basically, literally. And and you have to, what about when you have to fight the take down the dude in. Oh, let me do something real quick with my lenses on my headset. Oh, wait, wrong thing. Because I wash these out or wipe these out every time that I play, or wipe the lenses clean and put a protective cover over them. Because I mean, they're the only lenses that there are. I don't want these beautiful OLED lenses to be destroyed. But do you remember the part I'm talking about where there's this witch and she like has the guy and maybe I think the guy and the girl trapped in her like a place that you can't get to unless I can't remember what you have to do. Like the game is so specific on the things that you have to do to. But I like the part where you have to keep the portal open. That is a hard battle. I never won the battle against the one dude, the devil guy, where, you know, you go to his place by... I won't even get into the details because they're too specific for me to remember right now. But no, like, there's no way of being liked there, really. So you have to fight everything, and then you have to fight... Oh, and then there's this... Huh? That game is... I want to play Baldur's Gate 3 again, just to see what happens the next time I go through it. I'd love to see, like, if Baldur's Gate 4 can get the rules where you can get the levels all the way to 21. When was he born? Or are you giving the actual name of the quest? Oh, when was I born? November 21st, 1985. And I don't care that I just said that online. I've literally given my address away to people that have threatened to fuck me, like fuck me up. I've had so many people bully me in my life that, especially someone on a video game or on the computer, they are nothing to me. That's why I'm able to like I was just watching that episode of when Helldivers 2 when that girl got all offended that I kicked her, and like I noticed, like I forgot that some of the other assholes said some real like you're so weird, and like I didn't really care about that. But I wanted to say something back to him. And then they proved just how big of assholes they were by like after I said like thank you, like I was nice the entire time. I would thank people for reinforcing. They left at the end of a match that we could have easily won, and then she said I was talking shit on her when like I told her I was just telling the truth. And it's not like people can't watch what, like, I guarantee that was her, and I know that she left. They all felt humiliated. Because think about it. When do you feel worse about yourself? Is it when you're right about something, or is it when someone schools you with truth and makes you look like a fucking fool? But people that have dissociative identity disorder, all these wannabes act like they like love Tyler Durden, like I said in that stream. But then they meet someone that actually has dissociative identity disorder and thinks that calls them weird, says they're an idiot. Calling me, or no, she said, "What are you, stupid?" or something like that. That really pissed me off. And then the dude her or the person that was defending her tried saying that she had tunnel vision. Like like even though I stayed triggered for a long time, which again is something indicative of DID. Sorry, what was that? Shit. Oh man. It could have been her boyfriend. But I mean, look how obsessive. Like one of them said it's just a game. And it's like, exactly. It's just a game. But I'm sure you watched how she just walked around when there were no Terminids in sight. And it wasn't just me that was dead. And like, really, if it were anyone else that were leading that group, they would have kicked her the moment she said that, what are you, an idiot? Like, I was giving her the benefit of the doubt because she did, and I kicked her ass. I kicked her, she did, and she also, like, there were two of us down. Two of us. How is a team supposed to work when it's only two people playing and there's no Terminids around? Terminids around, and they don't even reinforce. It's one of the first things you do. If you see one person down, you reinforce. But two, she wasn't just doing it to make me feel like an asshole, because she was punishing the team, not me, the team. And so I sat there and watched her to give her some time to basically make up for what she did. And I had, like, I guarantee anyone that watches it, especially that's played the game, would agree that I was, like, they'd say I would have kicked her sooner, because I wouldn't have let her, I've been kicked for I've been kicked for just talking on my mic, for God's sakes. And I've seen people kicked for much less. Or, like, you do not call the person that can kick you stupid. And she did walk into my orbital. And I admitted, like I said, granted, it was a little close. So I admitted to what I considered my fuck up. But she couldn't admit to hers. And then when I told her and then when I watched her for a while, just strolling around without Terminids anywhere, like, it's one thing, like I see people reinforce others when they have Terminids all over them, for God's sakes. But she had, by far, and saying that I was talking shit on her friends when I was just speaking the truth, coming onto my stream and causing like, and I'm glad that I told her, well, at least thank you for giving me more views, which she did. I got more views on that video and more likes on that video, And I guarantee anyone that watches it is on my side about the situation, because I was polite. Like, after she refused to reinforce, I thanked the person that reinforced, even though he was an asshole too. Like, he wasn't, I don't know if he had been an asshole yet, but they all ended up being assholes. Every single one of them. They called me weird. They called me stupid. They didn't work as a team. We could have finished that. And then, to top it off, she came into my stream, her boyfriend, whoever, saying to not talk shit on her friends. It was unbelievable. Like the thing with the ID is it's having a literal group, and especially when you have anywhere from 300 to 1,200 alters. I'm still working on that, like figuring out how many exactly there are. If so much as one alter is still triggered or upset, then the entire system is upset. So it can take days or months even to calm a system down. Like, there's a reason why there's a 98% suicide rate for people with the ID. We are picked on all the time, even though everybody wants to be us, and that's part of the problem. People are literally jealous of me. But like I said, what frustrates you more? When you're right and make a good choice, or when you're wrong about something that someone calls you out on and makes you look like a fool. Like, it made me wonder if she'd ever been kicked in her life before, because she acted like I gave her more than one. I gave her like 5 chances. She didn't. She wasn't joking. I even said that. I even told her, angrily. I know that even you were you can tell that I can be scary, can't you? Like, when I'm that, and that's me just or us just partially triggered. You should see when we're at so triggered that's partially how we almost fucked up our medication. Is when doctors see us triggered. Because I had several triggers in a row happen, like major triggers. Huge fight with my dad about him getting scammed out of $20,000. Well, more than $20,000, I guarantee it. And then the day after that, a huge fight with my mom. And I got fucked into a situation that most people would commit suicide over. Like, I got fucked so hard by my previous employer, and not in a good way. And instead of being the responsible adults they should have been, they lawyered up and are trying to make me look like I'm this dangerous, and she fucked up by saying something like, "Remember that time you made me feel like I was in danger?" And I said, well, no, I remember the time when you purposely triggered me, which was on OkCupid, and that's as far as I'll go. with that, just so if she sees this, she knows that I know if she hasn't already heard me say that. I mean, what were you thinking? You gave what would hurt you in court just out of trying to get me fucked. When I was not in the wrong. This is what I mean by like I got fucked out of a job that I had been at for like 20 years almost. If not 20 years, like in 2006 or so, and ended in either 2019 or 2020. So about 20 years. And it wasn't just about losing the job, it was the friends, and it was also the fact that I could not and cannot get a job now because of what they did. And the fact that they won't own up for their mistakes. They lawyer up instead and think that I'm after all the other shit that see something that people do when they assume someone is stupid is no matter how smart the person proves to be, they continue to show how stupid they are. I got so fucked, and they were a family to me. Like, that's how I saw them. And I had to get over it within just days because I knew that they would try to say that I was harassing them. Which, I mean, they would have and they could have if I kept, if I talked about it every day or talked to them every day. Really, if I talked to them about every day. But it's also bad to talk about it every day. I bring it up once in a while because it is a big part of my life. Like a big life lesson that I learned in a way that I shouldn't have had to. I considered that place a sanctuary from my family because with DID, there's no one you can talk to. Nobody understands what DID is like. Even in the most basic concept, they think you're an addict, or they think you're crazy, or they refuse to think that someone could possibly have more than one personality, even though it's been proven. Really read the story about one of the things that proved it, which, oh shit. About the woman that was blind. I've said this before to you. She was blind, but some of her alters could see, and it's because the optical nerve literally repaired itself. Damn it. Literally repaired itself, showing that our brains are capable of healing in ways that we can't comprehend. And I guarantee that part of why DID isn't a more known disorder, even though the only reason it's a disorder at all is because of society and the fact that they refuse to teach society about people with dissociative identity disorder. Because it's like having a language barrier with everybody. We both speak everybody's language and nobody's. People either love us or hate us, or both. It's usually both. It starts out as hate, then becomes love for a long time, and then becomes hate. And we're always the ones that get fucked over. Like, we are always, like, I hate saying this, but we're always the ones that, I mean, I just get so sick of it. Have to, like, paying for everyone's fuck ups. I mean, being autistic, that's got to, well, being autistic, you also have to know what it's like for people to see you as less than. You know what I mean? You're labeled with a disorder, and people automatically think you're just a retard. Like that couldn't possibly be smart, couldn't possibly be this or that. That because you're labeled with disorder, that you are stupid. And I mean, she, like, when she said that, huh? She literally told me that she couldn't have me back because I'm not sure what her name is. But she told me that she couldn't have me around because I was thinking too slowly. How mean is that? When people with DID are running on all fucking cylinders that others don't even fucking have. And the same goes for people that are autistic, to be honest. People that are autistic are thinking on cylinders that other people don't have. Like, something that we have in common is they're like a single core processor computer, whereas we're more like a multi-core quantum computer capable of using qubits instead of bits. And they probably wouldn't even know what a qubit versus a bit is or whatever. Guaranteed. Oh shit, I've been playing this for probably longer than I even need to. I'll do one more match. This headset's honestly starting to hurt my head. It happens when I wear a headband. Another thing that we actually have in common with people that have autism is we talk a lot. A lot. Of course I have Helldivers. I love how the grammar for it, or the voice... Wait, what? I'm not on Xbox. I'm on PlayStation 5 Pro right now. Like, if I had the money, I would own every system. Just because... How did I know what? Yeah, I thought so. I like thing about DID is we can tell personalities really well, like eerily well. So I knew. Oh, so you're talking to them? Okay, that's cool. Hey, what's up? Talking amongst yourselves, that's fine. As I raise these in the air, and then. Oh shit. Oh shit, I haven't eaten in days either. That's why I'm feeling kind of. Where'd that guy go? Damn it. Shit, that one of those fuckers. No, damn it, there goes my arm. Are you asking me or are you asking the other dude? It doesn't show me the little, like, which is probably a good thing, but... asking someone with the ID what their favorite of anything is like, we have a lot. I like right now I would say sushi, even though it's not always going to be our favorite. It's something that I always feel like I'm in the mood for, though. But I'm feeling weak, and I was wondering why. And it's not just a lack of sleep, it's also because I haven't eaten, because we were so stressed about the medication thing. We thought for sure that our doctor was going to like ignore us and not give us our meds, and we were done for. Like, it would have taken probably a couple of years at least to get back on track. The thing, like, it took us long enough to get this balance down. There aren't any medications specifically for DID, so oh, well, if that's cool. If not, you don't need to be at the launch stream. Just you'll be in several of my other streams though, and you'll show that you're a true hell diver, as the translation makes it sound. Okay, yeah, we definitely need to end after this one. We're going past what we should be. We're gonna end up killing ourselves if we keep this up. And this is... That's fine. I'll plan, like... We could have, you know, like, I could just make videos, like, I don't even have to make videos. Like, sometimes I'd like to just play Helldivers without making videos or anything. Speaking of which, I have, like, probably, like, at least 5 or 6 videos, if not like 8, that I need to upload.
And is that time?
Oh, that's right, there's a huge time difference. Well, since I stay up till like 3 a.m.,
Also 002.
oh, that's right. And I love how you use military time. We have sweat trickling down our face, dude. I didn't even see what the thing he gave me was. What is this? Power Basher. Oh, bashing. That's why.
I think I like how there's left.
Shit, we just hit a green screen. Oh man, leave my left arm alone. Ow! Shit, my left arm almost gone. Shit, I need to pay attention. There goes my left arm. Shit. Shit. Going to die. See? Okay, I better end that. I've worked out plenty. Especially for not eating or sleeping for several days. Let's see how long the stream's been anyway. Oh, an hour 22. Not too bad. So that's like about the perfect amount of time.
I stopped talking to my old friend because they took advantage of my autism.
Yeah, like the thing, people that are autistic get taken advantage of, like those of us with the ID, like because we're nice, like being nice in life gets you fucked, it really does. Phew, okay, I'm about to pass out, I need to eat, but I will see you later. Nice to see you again. Not sure if I'm facing quite the right way.
They will hit me or stop talking to me.
Yes, I've had that kind of shit happen to me too. But I was going to, well, first hit that like and subscribe, even though, yeah, good conversations, even if I wasn't able to get through some of them because I was too busy multitasking. I need to relax for a bit too, and I need food badly. But good night, buddy, and to the rest of you, hit that like and subscribe button, as well as turn on those notifications, and I'll see you in the next stream, which will probably be Hitman later today. So see you guys later. Mwah. Bye bye.